Hey everyone, listen, you might want to buckle up for this one, because I'm not here to sugarcoat or throw fluff your way. What I'm about to lay out is a serious warning shot to the entire NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs may have just reloaded in a way that could straight up shake the league to its core. I'm talking front office brilliance, strategy on another level, moves that are going to leave rivals gasping and playing catch-up all year long. So stick with me all the way through this one. Smash that like button if you're still riding with the Chiefs. Drop a W in the comments if you're all in, or type L if you've lost the faith. But make no mistake, something big is brewing in Kansas City, and it's not the same team you saw last season. This is a different beast. A whole new monster. Look, the Chiefs were never going to have a quiet offseason. Not after everything they've dealt with. The doubt, the critics, the constant talk of when's the fall off. It's like every year people wait for Kansas City to collapse. And what did the Chiefs do in response? Exactly what champions do. They doubled down. They didn't relax, didn't get comfortable with their rings. They looked at the mirror and said, "We're not done." So what do you do when you're already elite and you still want more? You get smarter. You draft like a surgeon. You pounce on value while everyone else is sleepwalking through the offseason. And that's exactly what went down this year. I'm telling you right now, if the rest of the league doesn't wake up soon, they're going to get steamrolled by this red and gold juggernaut. And that draft, that was just the appetizer. The Chiefs knew they had to get better in the trenches, especially when it came to protecting Mahomes. That's why they grabbed Josh Simmons in the first round. A move that flat out screams, "We're here to dominate." Now, I know some folks are calling it a reach. But let me ask, since when has a team with multiple Super Bowls under its belt waited for outside approval to make a move? Simmons isn't just another body. This dude has raw strength, scary athleticism, and a nasty streak you can't coach. He's the type of lineman who makes defenders regret their life choices by week 6. But it doesn't stop there, because what the Chiefs did deeper in the draft, that's where things start to get downright dangerous. Guys like Brashard Smith and Omar Normanlot, maybe not flashy names, not household yet, but these are the hidden gems that championship teams are built on. Smith, explosive, agile, walks around with a chip on his shoulder the size of Arrowhead. Normanlot, he's a tank. He's already collapsing pockets like he's been in the league for 5 years. This defense isn't just about Chris Jones anymore. They're quietly building a unit that's deep, nasty, and impossible to scheme against. And that was just the draft. Then free agency came, and the Chiefs started flexing hard. Want to know how serious a team is? Look at how they treat their offensive line. They brought in Jalen Moore, and that tells me everything I need to know. This guy isn't flashy, he's not going viral on TikTok, but he brings consistency, depth, and straight-up grit. The kind of guy who keeps your MVP upright in January. Now, on the defensive side, they didn't just fill gaps, they fortified them. Christian Fulton, criminally underrated DB. Physical, aggressive, fits right into Spagnuolo's chaos-driven system. And then there's Jerry Tillery. Dude's got fire in his veins. Put him next to Chris Jones, and you're basically lighting a match near dynamite. I'm telling you, he's about to be unleashed. But here's where it gets wild. We're not just talking about what the Chiefs have already done. There's still more in play. Free agency isn't over, and some serious names are still floating around. Let's talk Von Miller. Now look, I know Von's not the same dude who wrecked Cam Newton back in that Super Bowl. He's older, banged up, but used situationally, on key downs, game on the line, still absolutely terrifying. You don't need him playing 50 snaps. You need him on 3 RD and 7, with everything on the line, hunting QBs like it's 2015 again. That's the kind of situational weapon that flips playoff games. And picture this, Von Miller, back in the AFC West, but now wearing red, helping the Chiefs write the next chapter. chasing a third Super Bowl ring with a third franchise. That's not just legacy. That's football immortality. He's not looking to coast into retirement. He wants history. And there's no better place to write it than in front of that roaring Arrowhead crowd next to Chris Jones, with the whole country watching. It's not just poetic, it's deadly. And it's not just about Vaughn either. Let's flip to the wide receiver room. On paper, the Chiefs look set, but when you're gunning for dynasty status, good enough doesn't cut it. You prepare for the chaos. You plan for worst-case scenarios. That's where Amari Cooper comes in. No, he's not the burner he used to be, but he's still a surgeon with his routes. Sticky hands. Big game IQ. You stash him behind your starters, and suddenly, you've got the ultimate postseason assassin just waiting to strike when the lights are brightest. This is how you win deep in January. Not with stars alone, but with layers, with foresight, with elite-level depth. A one-year, incentive-heavy deal? That's exactly the kind of value the Chiefs thrive on. Now, let's swing it back to the defense again. Losing Justin Reed? That hurts. But who better to fill that void than another Justin Simmons? Yeah, he was a Bronco, and yeah, his best season might be behind him, but don't get it twisted. Simmons is a field general, a predator in the secondary. Drop him into this defense, and you get more than coverage, you get control. He brings command, swagger, sideline-to-sideline speed, leadership. You match him with this rising young secondary, and suddenly, the entire back end becomes dangerous. Quarterbacks won't want to throw anywhere. This isn't patchwork. This is warfare. Kansas City is building something so balanced, so deep, that no injury, no slump, no gauntlet is going to shake them. This isn't about improvement. It's about making sure nobody else even has a shot. And if you still think the Chiefs are just leaning on Mahomes' magic and Andy Reid play calling, let me stop you right there. This is not a fluke. It's not a Cinderella run. This is a blueprint. It's legacy-level football. What you're seeing here, this is how you build an empire. A machine. A dynasty built brick by brick for sustained dominance. Let me talk about something deeper, culture. This locker room isn't chasing Instagram likes or TikTok fame. They're chasing greatness. Brotherhood. Accountability. Every signing, every pick. It's not just about talent. It's about fit. Identity. You don't just join this team. You get absorbed into the machine. That's why Von Miller makes so much sense. He's not just another body. He's a walking Super Bowl pedigree. His presence shifts everything. You insert him, and suddenly, young guys like Karlaftis start leveling up. Linebackers play faster. Corners get bolder. All because they know the edge is locked down. That's what one veteran can do. It's ripple effect football. And when Week 6 hits, and Vaughn's back in Denver, oh man, that return is going to be pure cinema. Cold revenge. Primetime drama. The whole league better pay attention, because all it takes is one signature play to turn the entire narrative upside down. Let me shift gears real quick, because this is important. Everybody wants to talk Mahomes and Kelsey, but what really sets the Chiefs apart? It's their obsession with options. Not just stars, but weapons. Chess pieces you can't track. That's what makes someone like Amari Cooper so dangerous. He's not there to be WR1. He's the dagger. The insurance policy you forget about until he's wide open in the fourth quarter for a game winner. And let me bring it full circle with the defense. Because that's secondary, it can make or break your season. One bad angle, one misread, and boom, season's over. That's why Simmons is more than just a pickup. He's the mastermind, the field general, the guy who reads QBs like kids' books and disguises coverages like a magician. You pair that kind of mind with a scheme like Spags, and you get chaos by design. This is what Kansas City's doing. Not flashy, not loud, just surgical, tactical. While other teams scramble for headlines, the Chiefs are playing chess 10 moves ahead. Scan the AFC, Buffalo's reeling, Miami's inconsistent. The Jets are chaos, Cincy's still picking up the pieces, and the Chiefs? They're building like the confetti's already falling. That's the difference. They're not chasing a ring. They're building a legacy. So don't act surprised if Vaughn signs. Don't be shocked when Cooper's in red. And definitely don't call it hype when Simmons detonates a third down in week 1. It's not hype. It's inevitability. Mahomes sees it. Reed's drawing it. Veach is already 3 moves ahead. And if you're a fan, enjoy this. Savor this. Because this isn't normal. This is greatness, crafted with purpose. So if you believe, if you're riding with the movement, hit that like, drop that W, and subscribe, because what's coming next? You don't want to miss a second of it. See you in the next one.